Hello friends, in this video I am going to talk about the urea and creatinine estimation and its interpretation. So first we will see the methods for urea estimation. So one is endpoint method, that is Berthelot method. Okay. In this method, urea is converted to ammonia and CO2. In urea cycle, we have said that from NH3 and CO2, they combine to form ultimately to urea in the liver. But when urea is broken down by the urease enzyme, ammonia is formed. This ammonia react with the nitroprusside and salicylate. Okay. In the presence of hypochlorite, it gives green color complex. The intensity of the green color that is produced is directly proportionate to concentration of urea in the sample. Okay, and normal level of urea is 15 to 40 milligram per deciliter. So this is the one method for estimation of urea, that is Berthelot method. Now second method is again endpoint method, that is called DAM method, diacetyl monoxide. Diacetyl monoxide. So urea in the acidic medium, in the presence of acidic medium and thiosemi-carbazide and react with the diacetyl monoxide reagent to form pink color complex. Pink color complex. An amount of pink color that is produced is directly proportionate to the concentration of urea in the solution. So this is again a endpoint method. Now third is kinetic method. Kinetic method. So we measure the change in absorbance at every second. So here the urea is acted by the urease enzyme to form ammonia and CO2, just like Berthelot. But here that ammonia react with the alpha ketoglutarate. Okay, the enzyme is glutamate dehydrogenase to form the glutamate, and here NADH is converted to NAD. Okay, so we measure the rate of conversion of NADH to NAD, and this method is UV kinetic GLDH method, glutamate dehydrogenase method. That is a kinetic method for estimation of urea. Here, in presence of UV light, this substance NADH is converted to NAD. Here, this NADH is consumed, that absorb the UV light. This NADH that absorbs the UV light, it is consumed during the reaction. That's why the reaction is decreasing. Okay, so this is UV kinetic GLDH method for estimation of urea. So we have seen in endpoint method, substrate is converted to product after some incubation period. Okay, so that is endpoint. So which are the two methods? One is Berthelot method, and second is DAM method, diacetyl monoxide. And kinetic method is UV kinetic GLDH method. These are all for the estimation of urea. Now another method is creatinine estimation method. So initially that was Zappes method, where creatinine react with the picric acid in the alkaline medium to form orange red color complex. An amount of red color complex, orange red complex form is directly proportional to the concentration of creatinine. But here there was some interference, like glucose, ascorbic acid, pyruvate, okay, proteins, ketone bodies. So they are interfering. So what we do, we use a modified Zaphet method, that is fixed point. So we take the OD at 20 second and 80 second, okay, and change in absorbance between 20 second and 80 second that we measure. Substance like small substance like glucose, ketone bodies, pyruvate, ascorbic acid, they interfere, they are early interfering substance. While protein, larger molecule, they interfere late. So we have to inhibit this interference. So we take the absorbance at 20 and 80 seconds and change in absorbance we measured with the factor. Okay, that's how it is called as a modified Zaphet method. Okay. Then recent is creatinine estimation is enzymatic method. Enzymatic method. So here creatine plus H2O, that will form the creatine, and this creatine again react with the H2O to form sarcosine plus urea. This sarcosine react with the H2O and O2 to form formaldehyde, H2O2 plus glycine. Enzyme here is sarcosine oxidase, and here this H2O2 is taken up by the amino antipyrine and phenolic compound to produce pink color complex, just like glucose oxidase peroxidase method. Okay, so this enzymatic method will prevent interference of all glucose, creatinine, pyruvate, proteins. Also bilirubin, color of bilirubin, high bilirubin level interfere in creatinine estimation. So all interference are minus with the help of this enzymatic method, right? So now we will see the real life scenario, real case, and how you will interpret the urea and creatinine results. So normal level of urea is around 15 to 50 milligram per deciliter, and for creatinine, male is 0.6 to 1.3, female is 0.5 to 1.2. In male, normally the creatinine upper reference is high because of the muscle mass. So if you see this report, urea 17, creatinine 0.5, this is a normal report for the urea and creatinine. So patient's kidney function is normal. Again, urea 27, create 1.1, so that is again a normal report. This is normal renal function test, right? Now you see here urea 77 and create 2.7. So when urea increase, urea level is normally around 30, creatinine level is 1. This is the ratio normal. So whenever there is an acute kidney injury or renal damage, this urea and creatinine both will be increased. As you know, urea and creatinine both are excreted via the kidney. Okay, they are excreted into the urine via the kidney, and when kidney is not functioning, then this substance will not be excreted, urea and creatinine, and their level in the blood is increased. So increased level of urea and creatinine, that is suggestive of renal damage. So it can be acute renal failure, it can be chronic renal failure, it can be renal cell carcinoma, or it may be the glomerulonephritis or pyelonephritis. Okay, all are the cause of increased urea and creatinine level. So here urea is 89 and creatinine is normal. So urea high, but create normal. So what could be this condition? So here we know urea is increased in pre-renal, renal and post-renal. So when the pre-renal cause, it may be due to the dehydration, increased urea, or heart failure, or GI hemorrhage because of increased bleeding tendency. So from RBC, globin chain is separated, amino acid level will increase, and so urea level will be increase. Suppose patient has the level of 40 milligram per deciliter is 100 ml. If dehydration, if volume is decreased, suppose from 40 milligram, the volume is decreased to 50 ml. So relatively, the concentration will be increased. So in dehydration also, urea level is increased. The heart failure, right, GI hemorrhage, or all catalytical condition like sepsis, right, sepsis, trauma, okay, or patient taking corticosteroid. In all these conditions, the urea level is increased, but creatinine level is normal. Okay, so this report, urea 138, creatinine 14.7. So most likely the high creatinine level is because of the chronic renal failure, or it may be due to the acute renal failure. So kidney damage. Okay, so kidney damage lead to the both urea and creatinine level high. Now you can see this report. Urea is lower than the normal. Most of the condition when urea is increased due to the pre-renal, renal or post-renal, but here urea is decreased. Also create is slight normal. Okay, as we know, urea decrease and create normal. This may be due to the severe liver damage. As we know, urea is synthesized only in liver. Okay, because this arginase enzyme is present only in liver. So whenever there is a severe liver damage, you can see here bilirubin is increased. So it is maybe due to the severe liver injury. So severe liver injury lead to the hepatocellular damage, and the cells that produce the urea, they will not form the urea. Okay, so urea level will be decreased. Then here you can see urea is about to normal, but creatinine is high. So urea normal and creatinine high. So creatinine, as we know, it also increase in muscular injury. So muscle damage, okay, early muscle damage, the creatinine level will be increased, like you can muscular dystrophy or rhabdomyolysis. So they are very rare, but you should remember, base doctor should remember that creatinine level might be increased in case of muscle damage. Here, this might be the case of dialysis. After the dialysis, urea is removed, so urea returns to normal, creatinine returns to the normal, it takes a while. So after dialysis, urea level will be normal, but creatinine still remains high. Right? Here, urea 156, creatinine 1.7. So it may be due to the pre-renal cause like dehydration, diarrhea, vomiting, dehydration, congestive cardiac failure, or sepsis, GI hemorrhage. So all these conditions lead to the increased urea, but creatinine just little bit higher. Or it may be due to the high bilirubin that interfere in creatinine estimation, right? Again, this report, urea 95, create 1.4, it may be due to the pre-renal causes, as I mentioned earlier, or interference of high bilirubin level. Here urea 1.15, create 1.6, BB normal, that means it is a pre-renal causes. Then urea 154, create 1.6, again pre-renal. Then urea decrease, creatinine slight normal, so severe liver damage. Okay, where liver cell, hepatocellular cell cannot produce the urea. Again, urea normal, slightly little bit higher than the normal or high creatinine. So just before dialysis, in case of chronic renal failure, after the dialysis, you will find this type of result. Then urea around just little bit high, and creatinine is very high. As we know, ratio is around 30:1 urea to creatinine. But here creatinine is more. So just after the dialysis, you will find this type of picture. Okay, so this is all about the estimation estimation and interpretation of urea and creatinine. I hope you find this video very helpful. If you like this video, please hit the like button, share my video, subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that you can get notification for my future video also. Thank you friends for watching. Bye.